How's it going, everyone? We've got a massive update to talk about as it pertains to Dying Light the Beast, as the game has been officially delayed, and I never like to see a delay this close to the release of the game. I'm still incredibly excited for it, and there have been a lot of instances where games have been delayed close to the release and then they turn out to be amazing, but Dying Light the Beast will have a slight delay from the initial August 22nd release date, and it will be pushed back until September the 19th. So a 4-week delay for the game, not a sizable delay. It's not going to give them an opportunity to completely rework the title, but I imagine, you know, things like polishing, making sure some of the hiccups of the game are ironed out. Dying Light, historically, especially Dying Light 2, that game was fairly buggy, all things considered. You know, with a massive open world game like that, bugs are to be expected, but if it's an instance of them prioritizing getting the PC version up to date, because we just saw the release of Wushang Fallen Feathers, and that game was a disaster on PC, and given the reception Dying Light 1 had for its incredible performance, you know, ironing out some of the performance issues, that is what I would expect the 4-week delay to offer you. But they have put out an official post. Dying Light the Beast release date moves to September 19th. The message starts off to all the Kyle Crane fans, which, let me say, I like how it's all the Kyle Crane fans. Like, everybody's been wanting the main character of Dying Light 1 to come back so much, so it's not even to just Dying Light fans, it's specifically to the Kyle Crane aficionados out there. As we're closing in on the launch of Dying Light the Beast, everyone at the studio feels your excitement. More than 150 previews were published this week from journalists and content creators, and their response was universally positive. We're blushing about quotes like nail-biting survival horror, absolute blast, project with soul, and being called a standout game of 2025. It proved the gut feeling that we already had. We're making a very special, fun game, and also proved that the Dying Light community is the best. The preview coverage has been viewed by millions of players who looked at every detail of the game with laser-focused eyes, highlighting, discussing, and getting excited about thousands of details. We're spending time effortlessly reading and collecting your feedback and opinions and making sure that your voice is heard. We know exactly what's important to you. It has always been our goal to make Dying Light the Beast the best Dying Light game we've ever released, which I find that is something interesting, and they have gone above and beyond in telling you that, yes, this game started off as the second piece of DLC to Dying Light 2, but they are viewing this as a brand new game. They are viewing this as an expansive experience, and the level of transparency that they've offered, I really do appreciate it. First of all, with all the previews. Second of all, sometimes, you know, development studios, publishers will be a little bit coy about content level and how much content is in the game. They've been upfront with you from the get-go. Here's how much content you can expect if you just, you know, go through the main story. Here's how much side content this is. Expect about X amount of hours. And that's always going to vary from player to player, but I like that level of transparency, and I feel like that level of transparency was kind of needed in the case of Dying Light the Beast, because that $60 price point was scrutinized from people that viewed this as Dying Light 2.5, and again, people that know that this was a piece of DLC initially, but again, it looks to be an expansive experience. To honor this promise of, again, Dying Light Beast being the best Dying Light game they've ever released, we've made the decision to move the release date to September the 19th, 2025 to allow for extra polishing work. Again, a 4-week delay is not going to give them an opportunity to completely refine the game. However, bug fixes, glitches, performance woes, that's what you can really iron out in the span of 4 weeks. And I would much rather them take that 4 weeks and iron out those issues than that being one of the prevailing talking points about the game. You don't want Dying Light the Beast to release as a good game fundamentally and then have a mixed reception on Steam because, oh, the performance woes are there, as we've seen from game after game after game that is released in 2025 and for years, and even on consoles. You don't want the game to have bugs, glitches, where that's a prevailing talking point. The post continues, we understand that this may be disappointing, but our experience has shown how important the first impression is. And let me go back to that. Again, so many games come out and they'll iron out the issues after launch, but the issue is you've already handed over that impact of the first impression. Spider-Man 2 came out as an absolute garbage PC version, and guess what? It peaked at 30,000 concurrent players on Steam, which I would say is a pretty big disappointment for a game of that level, and a big reason of that is because of the garbage PC version. Dying Light the Beast, we don't know what level it is at from a technicality standpoint, but ironing out those issues and delivering a quality first impression is so important. With just 4 additional weeks, the post continues, we can address final details that make all the difference between good and great. Areas we want to improve include fine-tuning the balance of gameplay elements, looking into the clarity of UI, increasing the quality of physics, as well as tweaking cutscenes and player animations further, as well as adding last little details. We'll keep you busy this summer with regular updates from the studio and a playable demo at Gamescom in Hall 6. Starting next week, we'll also share an update on the game's gore, and you'll meet our good friend Bubba the Beaver. Again, we're almost there, so please bear with us for the remaining 8 weeks. We can't wait until you finally unleash the beast on September the 19th. Again, that's coming from Techland and the Dying Light team. The one bummer is that Dying Light the Beast was coming out in a fairly quiet period. As far as covering games, like, there's a lot of games coming out that I plan on playing. So early August, you have Mafia: The Old Country. That's going to be a fairly quick playthrough, so I was going to play through that, and then Dying Light the Beast was really going to kick off the wave of just big game after big game, and Dying Light the Beast with August 22nd was kind of kickstarting that significant wave of weekly big releases, because then it's Dying Light the Beast, at least it was scheduled to be Dying Light the Beast, into Gears of War, Lost Soul Aside, Metal Gear Solid, Delta Snake Eater. You would have Borderlands 4 in the mix there, and now it's September 19th, so it's caught in the mix of a lot of other big games. Like, for me and what games I'm covering now, it's gonna be Mafia: The Old Country is going to come out in early August. Little bit of a quiet period from what I can tell, and then end of August, just chaos ensues with a billion games coming out. Borderlands 4 in early September, Dying Light the Beast on September 19th, and then the following week, you know, you got the JRPG Fanatics Legend of Heroes is coming out, and then you got Ghost of Yotei, then you got Digimon, then you got that game, this game. A billion games are going to be coming out, so it's coming out in the heart of a really busy period of a lot of big games coming out. Ultimately, is it going to be the end of the world? No, I think it is much better to drop a game in the heart of a lot of other big releases and deliver a high-quality, fine-tuned, polished experience than rushing out to meet a release date. If we're going to take one or the other, by all means, take the additional 4 weeks and get this game as polished as possible. Get it out on September the 19th at a top level, and I think people will ultimately be happy with it. The hardcore Dying Light fans are going to check out the game regardless, but making that quality first impression to people on the fence looking at this, hey, is this a big new game, or is it, you know, a standalone DLC that's being released AC Mirage style or Halo 3 ODST style? And I think it's going to be far more than that, in that it's this expansive game that is truly being looked at as the next big Dying Light experience, and it features the return of Kyle Crane, beloved character and main character from Dying Light 1. Maybe take this opportunity, a few extra weeks, to go back and play through Dying Light 1 or even Dying Light 2. Dying Light 1 for sure, with the retouched update that just came out. Go play through that, go play through the following. I just beat the main campaign of Dying Light 1 again. Was planning on waiting a week or two and then doing the following as well. Got a little bit of extra time now, but I think I'll go through the following before Mafia: The Old Country comes out, and then, you know, onto Mafia, onto MGS, onto Gears of War, onto Lost Soul Aside, onto Borderlands 4, Dying Light the Beast. It's going to be a hectic couple of months, but, you know, good problems to have as far as big game release. Dying Light the Beast now coming out September the 19th. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.